NOC stands for Network Operations Center. At the NOC engineers monitor satellite links, troubleshoot network issues, and ensure uptime, all from a centralized operations center. Their work includes responding to alarms, coordinating with field teams, escalating problems to specialists, and performing remote maintenance. It's a mission-critical role, often structured in shifts to provide 24/7 coverage. For professionals coming from IT support, telecom NOCs, or networking backgrounds, this is one of the most direct ways to transition into the SATCOM world. NOC engineers are responsible for keeping the entire satellite network running. From a centralized operations center, they monitor all active terminals and teleport links, identify problems, and take action before service is impacted. Their work includes analyzing alarms and performance metrics like signal quality, latency, and packet loss. When something goes wrong, they're the first to respond, often troubleshooting remotely or coordinating with field engineers on site. They also handle firmware updates, modem reboots, provisioning, and logging. This role usually involves shift work, especially in Tier 1 or Tier 2 support. The daily work of a NOC engineer revolves around monitoring and maintaining active satellite connections. On a typical day, you'll be responding to alarms, analyzing terminal behavior, and troubleshooting remote issues. Throughout the week, you'll work on firmware updates, SLA reports, and incident reviews. You'll also coordinate changes and help ensure service stability. Occasionally, you may be involved in activations, customer migrations, or high-priority incident bridges. Because SATCOM services run 24/7, most NOC teams operate in rotating shifts, meaning good handovers and documentation are essential. NOC engineers need a solid understanding of how the SATCOM system behaves, even if they don't touch the hardware directly. On the technical side, they work daily with network monitoring platforms, ticketing tools, and remote access to terminals. They need to know how to provision, reboot, and troubleshoot systems without being physically there, which requires both confidence and precision. On the conceptual side, understanding RF metrics, routing behavior over satellite, and the structure of the overall system helps them make better decisions and escalate efficiently. NOC engineers operate at the heart of live service environments, where every alarm or delay matters. That's why having an analytical mindset and strong attention to patterns, logs, and metrics is critical. You'll need to communicate clearly, both in writing and on the phone, often under pressure. Discipline in following shift procedures, documenting each incident, and respecting escalation rules is what keeps the team aligned 24/7. NOC work isn't always glamorous, but the best engineers bring consistency, emotional control, and a commitment to solving issues without guesswork. If you're naturally curious and process-driven, this is a role where soft skills make a real difference. The NOC engineer role is well suited for people who come from support, infrastructure, or operations backgrounds. If you've worked in IT support, networking, or even in help desk roles where you had to troubleshoot and escalate technical issues, you already have part of the foundation. Military communications, RF control rooms, and even broadcast monitoring roles also translate well, especially if you're used to logs, alerts, and procedures. If you're curious, comfortable with repetitive but important tasks, and enjoy fixing things remotely, NOC is one of the best entry points into SATCOM. As a NOC engineer, your tools are digital, monitoring dashboards, modem interfaces, remote terminals, and ticketing systems. Getting comfortable with SSH access, basic IP tools, and the most common NMS platforms is a big part of the job. Vendor exposure varies by company, but you'll almost certainly see systems like iDirect, UHP, Hughes, or NewTek. And understanding their behavior is key. Certifications are not always required, but GVF or vendor-specific modules can give you confidence and vocabulary before your first shift. In the NOC, knowledge of processes and tools beats hands-on cabling, but both worlds connect here. The NOC Engineer is a remote, operations-focused role that places you at the center of SATCOM service delivery. You'll be monitoring networks, supporting field teams, and helping restore services, often under pressure and in real time. You don't need to be a deep expert in RF or routing, but you do need solid fundamentals, quick learning skills, and the ability to communicate clearly and act with discipline when things go wrong. Working in the NOC gives you exposure to a wide range of technologies and platforms. That means you're in a unique position to explore different areas and define your long-term career direction early on. At the same time, the NOC environment builds real resilience. You'll face high-pressure situations, incidents, escalations, and learn how to stay calm and focused under stress. But be strategic. Shift work and 24/7 coverage can make it hard to transition once you're settled in. So define your goals, stay intentional, and use the NOC as a launchpad, not a long-term trap.